Hey guys, the Loz here. Welcome back to City Skylines. In the last episode, we built this wind farm in front of us here. Now, there was one thing I wasn't too happy with. The fence line along here, these props. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you guys something. Let me just find a section. So these props, each section of fence is individually placed. And sometimes the alignment isn't perfect. And I know it's so small, but that bothers me. And it's also, if we have a look down this way, it's not perfectly straight either. See how it just kind of kinks back here? Again, that bothers me. So I did a bit of research and I found a mod that it makes it so much easier. I spent about, I don't know, it would have been 10-15 minutes individually placing all of those all the way around. And this mod, what I'll do, I'll show you right now. I'll remove these. So, some of you guys would probably already know this one. I may be well and truly late on the bandwagon with this one. Everyone may already know about it, and I might just be learning about it now. If that's the case, so be it. But yes, what it does, you can place any props in a line. And it's just like placing a road. You just drag a line and it places them all nice and straight for you. It's fantastic. So, I also don't like the way I finished that down there. That was really, I don't know, maybe that was lazy of me. But because it is attached to the landscape, not the top of the key, it just, oh God, it looked weird. I wish if it was sitting on top of the key, it would have looked good. Now, the other thing I did, I also went and looked for a better building that would suit as the gatehouse. Alright, so let's go ahead and put one down. We'll draw a line. And yes, I have already looked this up. The industrial fence is the one we used last time. Now, fingers crossed. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. I just move right along. And yes, that is in the way. But I mean, isn't that beautiful? Nice and straight. It looks the part. There's no gaps between any sections. They're all perfectly placed. I wish, and I'm going to be able to do this all in a matter of, maybe 30 seconds. So I'll get that done and we'll jump ahead. Alright guys, so there we have it. I've gone back through, I've redone all these fences so they're nice and straight. I think they look fantastic. Now, I got an extra prop to replace the office building. It's one of those, what are they called? The portable site office buildings. I don't know, that's the best name I can come up for them. Yeah, so, we've got the boom gate behind the fence, a few little extra barrels, and add some, painted the ground a different colour, so it's parking space. They've got a toilet, they've got a wheelie bin. I like it. And the other thing I changed, right, so I probably mentioned in the last episode I didn't like how the old fence curved around. I made it these straight lines this time. Moving on. Now, guys, being completely honest with you, I did attempt to record this episode once already, actually back to back with the last episode, and when I came back to edit the video, I really didn't like what I'd created, so I'm back to do it again. The only thing I did like, the only thing I wanted to keep was the road layout. So there's a reason I've done it this way, because I'm using the European buildings. As much as I like curves, and I feel like there has to be curves everywhere, the European buildings are designed to stack nice and neatly next to each other. So for that to happen, there has to be straight roads. That's why I now have straight roads, most places. We've got some curved roads where we work around what will be a park. And yeah, so let's not delay any further. One thing I want to do before I start laying down some zones over here, I want to actually get the other side done and get some bridges across this central canal. Now, what I think I need to do there is, so I think I want to create a bridge across here. There's one. Definitely want to create a bridge across the top. And then we come all the way down here and we'll bring one straight across there. Alright, so this will generally be how this landscape works. Yeah, we'll have, that looks a bit yuck. Yeah, okay, let's retry that. So what I might do before I put those bridges down, I might go ahead and lay the road down just a little bit further out so it doesn't snap to the canal. Let's see if we can line this up. We try and put it about there, and then we'll change the angle so it comes down to this one. Try that there. How does that? I mean, okay. Look, that I can work with. That I can work with. I don't know. Look, that's alright. It looks a bit jagged, but that's just how the game works. I have to live with that, but it's not chopping chunks of terrain out from underneath the road texture. So let's go ahead, build that one over there. There we go. Get this one lines up. Yep. And the one down the bottom. There we go. And so these two, these will be two separate districts either side of this central canal. This will be like your upper districts where higher wealth and so on. So let's go ahead, and I do want everything, or almost everything, in these central areas to be, what's the word? High density. I want nearly all of it to be high density. So let's just go ahead and lay all this out. I don't want to be building anything on the other side in these bits along here. There might be a need, there might be a reason to build some along here. Maybe some low density commercial along there, but definitely nothing high density. So we'll go ahead, get that down, and I want to build some here. There we go. Now this along the front here, so this will be a park, and in front of that I might throw in some high density commercial. I think here we might save that space for a subway station or a metro station. And that is the beginning of this city. All right, now we obviously, so we've got power coming into this area up here. Apologies guys, I did, in my first attempt at recording this, I have already got water supply coming in underneath here, so we don't need to worry about that. Everything's connected. What I don't have is any facilities like, hospital, police, fire, all the nice to haves, which become essential very, very quickly. I do want to design something later so that they fit better, and I'm not too sure yet how the large hospitals fit in. I might go and try and find some assets that fit with the style better. So for now, I'm just going to throw them off to the side down here somewhere where they're close enough that the all of the whole population has access to the service, and it improves the land value, but it's kind of out of sight as well. So I'm just going to quickly throw everything down here. There we go, and we will also need put a recycling center in. And once that gets started, that should hopefully generate enough power to power all these buildings. And then we can forget they exist for now. Alright. So, while this is developing, once a few more buildings show up in the center here, these will all get power and it'll all be okay. So we might add a school in as well. School, where do we want to put the school? Do we put the school over this side? No. Let's look at right here. Because we do have everything on quite a slope up the top here, we are going to have these little things with the game to deal with where it's not as flat as it could be. Ooh, we have a fire. Where are the fire trucks? Here they come. Stuck behind a garbage truck. Brilliant. And the garbage truck is going to nowhere. Thanks, buildings. Okay, so now because I'm not altering the demand at all, this is very quickly going to disappear when people don't have any jobs. So I need to start building the industrial area, and when I say industrial, it's all going to be farming. Let's get that out of the way. And where I want that to be is up the top here. But before I lay out the roads and everything for that, I need to get an intersection in for the off the highways, and I want to build a cargo train terminal, and I want something that looks nice and professional. I'll say professional. It's like a real train terminal, not just the single building that they have in the game. And if you guys haven't noticed, I have trees all through the middle of the roads. Tree and Prop Anarchy went and did some funky things when it loaded the game. Okay, so the cargo train terminal. There is quite a slope on this landscape, and what I think I've decided to do is to sink the terminal down so that it's pretty much level with the road here. So you can see the train tracks are up higher. I want to sink it down so that I have enough room for multiple tracks and all the props, all the decoration. So all the tracks stay nice and straight. They're not doing what's actually happening right here, where it's just this really sharp slope, because that looks ugly. I actually want to get rid of that, and I really want to get rid of this. That's terrible. What I might do... Right, so we'll come back to that piece. What I want to do, I need to bring the landscape down here a bit. I'll go ahead and get this done. It's going to be a bit tedious, a bit grindy, and we'll come right back and I'll talk you through what I've done and what I'll be doing next. Alright guys, so I've leveled out this section of the terrain. The highway still goes up a bit. We'll come back to that later when we clean up the highway and put in a better intersection. What I've also done, I've smoothed out this section of the terrain so that the tracks are a bit more realistic. And this bit down here, I can't do anything about at the moment. I'll go and get a mod that will allow me to edit beyond the border or unlock the border so I can build there as well. And we can go and recreate that. And another mod I added to my list today was Key Anarchy, so I can go and place keys anywhere. Probably would have been a good idea to do that before I built the dam, because I didn't know about it beforehand, and those of you that have watched the video, I did that the hard way. Yeah, but now that I've got it, you can expect to see a lot more work like this. I really like this. So this will be our, main little strip of road along in front of the freight terminal. What I think will look nice If I use this one, how well does that? Oh, brilliant. That lines up almost perfectly. So let's go ahead and join these two up. Oh, wow, what? The tracks are The tracks can't be reversed. No, it's just an intersection. Let's just see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll go and throw some decorations in there soon too. And the other one, I wonder if I could get that to fit. Yes. Let's put that in there. And we will. We'll bring this track down right beside it. Right there. Alright. So that's those two in place. So I think that's going to work quite well. I think it'll work quite well. What else do I need? So I need to bring the tracks up here. This was just temporary. So what I'll do, remove that one. Let's get a curve on this. Bring it straight in there. There we go. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That looks good. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do here, I'm going to throw in some props in between here. We'll probably just put some parking in there, maybe a few containers, and when I'm done, we'll come right back. Alright guys, I think that might do it. I don't want to overcomplicate things and put too much stuff down in a little space. A few containers, a truck, some parking spaces, and a few little pallets off to the side just to add a little bit. And I think that's all it needs. Now the other thing I've done here, I've painted the surface concrete. Another fantastic mod. The only downside is it only follows this grid pattern on the it's in the game. I'll work out a way to cover that up. You know, over this side it's quite easy with the road and the keys. I'll actually quickly touch this up underneath the side here, so that there we go. Yeah, it also has a join with the edge of the road that doesn't look too hot, but you know, we'll live with it. We'll live with it. There we go. That'll do there. Alright, there we go. Alright. So there's that. Now, ooh, that looks interesting. I like that. Works for me. Awesome. Okay. Now this track here, what I want to do here. Which one? Oh, that lines up a little too well to ignore. I wasn't going to use this one, but I will now. Look guys, I'm going to go ahead and get all these laid down. And on the other track, I might just do a single coal train, and I'm going to try and use the prop line. But I'm going to get this train done first, and I'll be right back. Wow guys, that worked amazingly well. We've got all these awesome hoppers perfectly aligned. I love that mod. So handy. Alright. I do need to go and track down a diesel engine prop that I can place. There are a few extra train cars, like actual trains that show up, you might notice from time to time, but I don't actually have a prop that I can drop down in front of these guys. So that might be just something I add on to the next video. For now, I think all of this right here is going to be the cargo terminal. That'll be it. That'll be it for now. Now that we have our cargo terminal, let's quickly lay out some industrial. We'll get that done. That will be our farming district. Okay, so I'll quickly get that. There we go. So if you guys want to suggest some names for me for any of the districts, please go ahead. I'm going to let my kids name a couple because they watch these videos. They really love it. And they won't know that they're allowed to name them until they watch this video. So I'm sure they'll be quite surprised. And we'll have some interesting names. But yeah, if anyone else wants to pick some names, go ahead, make a suggestion, let me know. As long as it's above board and safe for kids to read. Yeah, okay. So we've got that district there now. Let's go ahead and set that to farming. We already have water coverage underneath. Like I said earlier, guys, I did already make one attempt at this and I really wasn't happy with the result. That's why none of it was here when we started. I just came back through and wiped it all out. And you know, in the process I thought, yeah, okay, time to try out some new mods as well. Okay, we've got water. This will get power once we have some of the industrial laid out. So how about we just go ahead and get that done now. What I'm going to do though, to get it connected nicely, I'm not going to just cover the whole thing. Let's not do that. Look, let's use the fill all along there. That should hopefully provide a connection. Once these are built, that should provide a connection back to here. So then we need to get this back down to that point. That's just temporary. I'll come back and clean that up later. I mean, later on, all of this will be full of farming anyway, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. I forgot an interchange. Look. Okay, guys, so we are quickly running out of time. So for now, I'll make a dirty quick connection back to the main road. And perhaps in the next episode, we will come back and not necessarily just focus on it, but we'll spend a bit of time trying to get something nice happening here. Oh, wow. I wanted a dirty connection, but not that dirty. That is a mess. There we go. Okay, look, it's just a connection. Well, forget you even saw it. Okay, so we've got some farming starting to pop up. This is good. This is good. I do really like this. It's the first time I've really put that much effort into... Look, I've only ever really used the cargo terminals for their land value and getting goods in and out of the city. I've not actually gone to the effort of trying to create this kind of scene. I think it looks really nice. We will probably come back later and work out something better to do right here. That still looks a little bit not great. And the highway and along the other edge here. We'll probably just put a wall there. I might leave it there for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. If there's anything you'd like to see me do different, if you think I can do something better, let me know. You know what to do. Hit that like button, dislike, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm trying to get new content up at least twice a week at the moment. There's not just Skylines, but I am also doing some other games. Yeah, alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy it. See you next time.